Hello, everybody. This is the Insecure Pixie, and this will be the very first video on this channel. Yes, my name could be odd to some people, but I personally love it. So, to begin, we will be playing Genshin Impact, and this journey is gonna be interesting. So I'm gonna show it up.
세상 밖에서 표류해 온 거라고? 이곳을 떠나 다음 세상으로 가려고 하는데 낯선 신이 너희 앞을 가로막았다는 거야?
이방인, 너의 여정은 여기까지다. 누구? 천리의 주관자, 여기서 인간 아이의 방정을 끝내.
And now we get to select one of our main characters here. It doesn't matter which one you pick. They are, to my knowledge, according to stats, the same. The only thing that you're choosing here is for aesthetics. And as you can imagine, I want to go for her. Now, when it says that let your name be known, when I first played this, I thought it would be like, what would I name this character? And it is that, but I also noticed that every time that I change the name, which I'm going to get into later on, it also changes for when people are going to find you online. But for the sake of this journey, we might go for the name Sen. And we confirm.
기다려! 안 돼!
이렇게 낯선 신이 오빠를 데려갔어. 나도 신에 의해 원래 힘을 잃었고, 그렇게 여러 세상을 넘나들었던 우리는 이곳에 묶이게 됐지. 그게 대체 얼마 전 일인지 모르겠어. 하지만 알아낼 방법을 찾을 거야. 깨어난 후 혼자 밖을 떠돌다가 2달 전 널 만난 거지.
그땐 정말 고마웠어. 네가 아니었으면 난 물속에서 익사했으려나. 그러니까 열심히 가이드해줄게. 출발할 때가 됐네. 가자.
And after that amazing cutscene, we have control of our characters. Obviously, you move if you're using PC with WADS, and you can switch the camera with your mouse. Something very important here is you have your normal attacks, which will be your left click, and your right click can, you guys can see it in the screen. Before I begin, I see a lot of my friends have missed this, but if you start the game and you go into the water and you do not use your sprint to swim faster, you can make it to that boulder that is ahead of us. On it, you are going to find a chest, and I see a lot of people miss this one, and normally I wouldn't mind people missing a chest or two, but this is a very big chest, so I have to have good stuff. And there we go. The precious chest. You get stuff like that. And right off the get-go, we have a weapon, the dual blade. So let's see what we have. So first of all, these are attributes. It shows what are the basic stats of the character that we have at the moment. Like we have a max HP of 912, attack 41, defense 57, elemental mastery 0, and stamina. But this can go more in depth. For example, you have your crit damage, your crit rate, healing bonuses if you were to be a healer type character, and so on. I very recommend getting acquainted to the main stat of each of the characters. Another one is Sen right here utilizes swords, and that can be really cool. So as you notice, we have two of the same weapon, right? So one of the things I like to do is go into the enhance. Oh, we don't have the... Okay. Later on, you're going to have the ability to refine weapons, and we can feed that same sword into it so it could be better. I don't know if this one allows it, but hey, we can check. Then we have artifacts. Right now, apparently we only have the two of them, and that will give us, at least this one will give us another attack at 17, and I will put that on immediately. And this one will give us a crit rate of 1.3 and 258 extra HP. And that's really good to know. Now that we're done, we can swim back to shore. Okay, so you guys saw there that we got a bunch of stuff. The most important one I want to go over is the Primogems. Primogems is a currency that will allow you to utilize the gacha system this game has. And what pretty much that this gacha system is provides players with the ability to obtain more characters and more weapons. But we'll get into that, you know, whenever we have the chance. Let's follow Paimon over here. Oh, I am playing in Korean because I just like the language. But if you feel that you want to have the game in English or even Japanese, you could let it know. We just had our first fight there. That was with a slime, a water slime. You shouldn't worry too much about them. They're relatively weak. And we have a waypoint. The waypoints in the game is pretty much what fast travel is going to be. So that's good. It says just to get it out, but yes. It's the map, and we have discovered absolutely nothing. And believe me, this game, at least this map, is huge. So let's follow Paimon around.
길이 막혔어. 등반에서 올라가 봐.
Okay.
등반은 스태미나를 소모해. 스태미나가 다 떨어지면 회복하는 데 시간이 걸려. 그럼 이제 목적지로 출발하는 거야. 목적지는 바로 7신상이야. 이 세상에는 7명의 신이 있어. 네가 찾고 있는 신은 누구지?
Okay, so what Paimon said is very important to note. This game works very similarly to Breath of the Wild in the sense that you have something called stamina, that is that yellow bar that you see depleting in the character. When it goes down, you just walk. You can increase it, and don't worry, we will be doing that throughout the series.
저게 바로 7신상이야. 신의 조각상은 7신이 수호하고 있는 세계를 상징해. 이 땅의 곳곳에 널리 퍼져 있어. 이분은 바람, 원소의 힘을 주관하고 있는 신이야. 네가 찾고 있는 신이 바람의 신인지는 모르겠지만 일단 널 바람의 신의 영지로 데려왔어. 그렇지만 아무 이유 없이 여기로 데려온 건 아니야.
Prologue Act 1. The Outlander Who Caught the Wind.
너도 알다시피 언어와 노래는 바람을 통해 전파되잖. 그 중에는 반드시 오빠의 소식이 있을 거야. 당연히 신의 응답을 받을 수 있는지는 시험해봐야 알 수 있어. 그럼 빨리 가보자.
Okay. The very beginning is very self-explanatory. It's teaching you about stamina, how basic battles will work, and stuff like that. But from what I can see here, we are missing a very crucial element when it comes to battling, which we'll get once we reach this statue. And I'll explain that in just a little bit. Every time that you reach a statue of the seven, as you see in the map, are the very big ones, not the small ones like the teleport waypoint, the big ones that are like this or this one over here. Every time you reach those and you interact with them, you unlock or expand the map a bit more. For now, let's get out of here and have more cutscene, I think.
어때? 이 세계의 원소 힘이 느껴져? 보아하니 넌 그냥 신상을 만지기만 해도 바람 원소의 힘을 얻을 수 있는 것 같아. 그치만 여기 사람들은 절대 이렇게 쉽게 힘을 얻을 수가 없는데.
Nope, if no one can get it easily, it's just it can't be
이봐,
good.
그런 단어는 신성 모독이야. 서쪽으로 가면 자유의 성 몬드가 있어. 몬드는 바람의 도시로 바람의 신을 모시고 있지. 넌 신성에서 힘을 얻을 수 있어. 몬드성에서 신에 대한 단서를 찾을 수 있을지도 몰라. 게다가 몬드에는 아주 많은 음유 시인이 있다고. 네 오빠의 소식을 들을 수 있을 거야. 그럼 출발하자. 이 세계의 원소가 너의 기도에 응답했어. 좋은 징조야.
And enemies. So right now we got an E ability, and that pretty much brings a ball of wind that can be utilized to attack the slimes and just have a normal battle. You can do a normal span left click, and very important is that your E ability can interact with elements that appear in the overworld. So for example, you see the fire that's here, right? If I press my E ability, I can imbue the powers of fire into my abilities. And all type of abilities have some type of reaction with each other. At the moment we can only utilize wind, but we'll talk about different combinations as we go along because I'm honestly kind of bad. What's this? Hold left alt show cursor and click on. Okay, that's fine. So let's continue. We have to go over there, and I think that the best way to do that is going through here. Why? Because the jump is cool. So let's make our way to Moonstuff. I see that there is a road here, so let's just follow this. There's a chest right here. I didn't even know that. We got another.
저건 뭐지? 거대한 게 하늘을 날고 있어. 숲 깊숙한 곳으로 갔어. 조심해서 나아가자.
Okay. Normally when you see something huge and terrifying, I want to see it firsthand. So let's do that, but let's fight. So fighting is interesting because it does award you with character EXP, but I don't think it's that grand, and it's better to do quests and level up your characters through other means, which I will be explaining also when it gets explained. We have another combat knowledge. Okay. Absorb elemental orbs and elemental particles to replenish energy. Dealing elemental damage, defeating enemies, or performing other actions might also generate elemental orbs. Your element charge is pretty much the ultimate or your Q ability.
저길 봐, 저건
겁낼 것 없어. 안심해. 내가 돌아왔어.
드래곤과 대화하고 있어.
누구야?
날아갈 뻔했네.
Yep.
너의 머리카락을 잡고 있어서 다행이야. 고마워.
Well, good thing I still
아까
have it.
무슨 일이 발생한 거야? 먹혀버리는 줄 알았어. 분명 드래곤이랑 대화하던 사람이랑 연관이 있을 거야.
Yeah, about that.
당연히
Is that
정상은
normal?
아니지. 저건 뭐야? 저 바위 위에서 빛나고 있는 붉은 빛. 가까이 가보자. 조심해, 불길한 느낌이 들어.
Okay, let's grab this and F.
이런 돌은 처음 봐. 뭐라고 정의하기 어려워. 하지만 위험한 건 확실해. 우선 보관해둬. 회수 완료. 얼른 여기를 떠나자.
Okay, perfect. And with that, we reach adventure rank level 3. And I'm just gonna collect these apples really quickly and fight this water slime. I don't think water is the term they utilize in this game, but you know, might as well use it because it's the term that I know, and I think most people will be utilizing when fighting this type of enemy. I think hydro is the term.
저기 너! 기다려봐!
바람의 신이 당신을 지켜주길. 난 페보니우스 기사단의 정찰기사 엠버야. 넌 몬드의 시민이 아닌 것 같은데? 너의 정체를 말해줘야겠어.
진정해. 우리는 이상한 사람이 아니야.
수상한 사람들은 하나같이 이렇게 말하지. 현지인의 이름은 아닌 것 같은데? 그리고 이 마스코트처럼 생긴 건 뭐야?
Always pick emergency food. There's no benefit, it's just funny.
뭐야, 마스코트보다 못하잖아.
어쨌든 너희들은 여행자라는 거지? 최근 몬드성 주변에 거대한 드래곤이 출몰하고 있어. 너희들도 얼른 성 안으로 피하는 게 좋을 거야. 몬드는 여기서 멀지 않아. 기사인 내가 너희들을 호송해줄게.
성 밖으로 나왔는데 다른 임무는 없는 거야?
물론 있어. 하지만 안심해. 임무 도중에도 너희들의 안전은 지켜줄 수 있으니까. 그리고 수상한 사람들을 그냥 내버려둘 순 없잖아? 실례했군. 훌륭한 기사의 신분에 맞지 않는 말을 해버렸어. 미안해. 낯설고 존경하는 나그네요.
이 어색한 발언은 뭐야?
너 우리 기사단 매뉴얼의 규범 용어에 대해 불만이라도 있는 거야? 정찰기사 등장!
And we have Amber. Amber is... Okay, I have to say this. Amber is a revamped version of May from the Pokemon series. Just... It's true. I'm sorry if that offended anything, but it's just true. Okay, so we can utilize R, which, in my opinion, is a bit like, yes, that's the correct way to do it, but you can also hold your right click to be able to charge your attacks as well. And if you spam it, you can throw multiple arrows
이봐,
at once
정체불명의
rapidly.
여행자. 몬드에는 뭐 하러 왔어?
아주 먼 여행 중에 오빠를 잃어버렸어. 그리고 난 길동무야. 함께 오빠를 찾고 있어.
가족을 찾고 있구나. 아, 맞다. 내 임무를 해결하게 되면 너희를 도와 성 안에 벽보를 붙여줄게.
근데 무슨 임무야?
아주 간단해. 좀 있으면 알게 될 거야.
Okay, so let's get another teleport waypoint.
추추죠?
놓치면 안 돼.
And we're gonna enter a new type of enemy,
시합
the
해보자.
Helicurls. Which, honestly, they're not that bad. Just spam your attack, charge your shots, and you're done.
요즘 이
Not
황야에서
bad
살고 있던
enemies at all, but
주주족들이
they
갑자기
do
성에
come in different
접근하고 있어.
varieties.
이번 임무는 바로 그들의 야영지를 처리하는 거야.
Okay, so you see that over there? One of the advantages of Amber is that you can be all the way over here. You can aim your shot and shoot. Now he's all the way at the bottom. And in close combat, you can switch characters and not have to worry. There is a dodge button in this case, so like he's attacking. Oh fuck! And then you, no cursing. I think I shouldn't curse. I don't know. I really don't know yet. You guys let me know. But I like to try to be PG whenever I can.
식은죽
Whenever I
먹기야.
can.
하지만 너 아무 전투 능력이 없는 여행자인 줄 알았는데 꽤 도와줘서 고마워. 아까의 전투 어땠어?
They're easy enemies. They're introductory enemies, so yeah, barely
근데
works. But
추추족은 왜 여기에 나타난 거지? 이런 생물은 보통 도시에서 이렇게 가까운 곳에 야영지를 짓진 않잖아.
맞아. 원래는 황야에서만 돌아다녀. 하지만 바람 드래곤이 자주 출몰해 과수원이 무너지고 상로도 영향을 받고 있어. 폭풍이 몰아치면 또 구조 활동을 해야 해서 기사단의 인력이 많이 부족한 상황이야.
그래서 이 녀석들의 활동 범위가 점점 성과 가까워지는 거야?
맞아. 하지만 오늘 야영지도 처리했으니 운이 좋아. 따라와. 책임감이 강하고 착한 기사가 성안까지 호송해줄 테니까.
And we have more objectives, but first of all, let's just. I would like to enter the character menu very quickly here. And we got a new type of weapon, so I kind of want to see if it's better. Our dual blade has 23 attack, and the silver sword has 33, so definitely want that right now. At the same time, we also got different artifacts, so we did not get any of that, but we have 2 extra feathers. This one gives us 17 attack, 8 and 8, so not exactly what I'm looking for. Now, for Amber, I think I do want to give one of these feathers so she can have some extra attack. And it tells me to go to character stat. Oh, and level up. Okay, so do have the level up system in this game is very gacha-like. If you've played games like Utano Pinsama or maybe Fire Emblem, I'm not sure, I haven't really played it. They have a level up system that requires certain type of materials to be able to, well, get more powerful. In this case, we have letters of recommendations and 2 other items whose names I actually do not know at the moment. I'm not gonna be leveling them up right now, but I am going to go into Amber to explain some of her abilities. First of all is her E ability. she throws this adorably, like, plushie. It's pretty much an imitation of her, and after some time, it explodes. But that's not the only thing it does. It can also have the ability to lure enemies into it, and as a ranger that's perfect because it gives you the ability to take your distance and be able to aim while not having any aggro on yourself. So something to keep in mind whenever you're playing. Amber is not a bad character, neither is Sen, even though those are the characters that you start with. But it requires some getting used to and knowing what is your strategy, your playstyle per se. Your playstyle is going to determine what characters are going to be better for you.
저기 뭐 하고 있는 거지? 맛있는 냄새가 나.
Okay, so now we're going to go into another mechanic, which is cooking. What should I cook next? Oh, are you travelers from around here as well? No, we just happen to be passing by. What are you cooking? Smells really good. I see. Welcome, travelers. I'm Lin, the survival expert of the Adventurers Guild. As you can see, I'm experimenting with some new recipes.
배불리 먹고 길에 오르는 거야말로 야외
before you
생존의
go.
첫 번째 수칙이지.
A picnic. Ooh, Paimon just loves picnics. My travel partner here is good at cooking as well. In real life, I can cook some things, but they're mostly like simple dishes. You won't get a lot of sentences like this to learn from a survival expert. There are some mushrooms and meats in the barrel over there. Try making the chicken mushroom skewer for me. Perfect. So let's do that. I'm going to be explaining cooking right now. So let's go into here and let's go cooking. So these are different recipes. These are the ones that you have available right from the get-go. But they are a bunch more. And not only that, you can not only just cook, you also have the ability to make other components out of the ingredients that you find. Very important to note as well that all of these ingredients that you find, you can find in the world. So collecting as much as you can and cooking as much as you can is going to be great. You also notice over here that there is a proficiency. Right now we have 0 out of 5, and that increases the more that you cook. The moment that you do this minigame and you stop it at one moment and you get a perfect, your proficiency goes up by 1. When your proficiency reaches the max level that is in here, you will not have to play the minigame to cook that particular item anymore. In fact, you can just make as many as you want without having to spend extra time playing the minigame. I recommend always getting your proficiency as good as possible whenever you are playing. Okay, so now we're gonna be learning about Pyro because that's what Amber is, even though that the picture is of Diluc. Pyro attacks can cause beings to become affected by Pyro. When Pyro meets other element, it often triggers an elemental reaction. So if we burn an enemy and then we switch to Sen, there could be an elemental reaction with wind. Aim shots are great for making precision attacks on enemies' weak spots. And tip, for most humanoids, aim for the head. Some elemental skills produce different effects depending on whether you press or hold them. For example, for Amber, that bunny can be thrown immediately, or if you hold E, you can send it farther away from you so that aggro can be over there instead of where you are. It really again depends on the playstyle when it comes to Amber.
달리기 좀 하고 싶네.
After that, we head into the city for the first time. And running. There's a little boy that really likes their pigeons. I'm not gonna be talking to him at the moment. Okay, so you see at the very end of the gate, there is a dot, a yellow dot. When you see that, is because your destination is right there. But before you do anything, you see this dandelions right here? Whenever you see them, press E and collect dandelion seeds. It may not seem useful right now, but there are certain characters that will require a bunch of these, and if you're lucky to get them from pools, then you're gonna be glad that you spent time collecting a lot of these dandelion seeds. And I do mean a lot.
자,
Around the world, there will be other type of flowers that will require different elements to be able to get their seeds, and we'll be covering that as we go. There are 3 more over here, so let's do this really quickly. 1, 2, and 3. Let's get that, and let's run towards our objective. So, because we can't get tired of cutscenes.
정식으로 소개할게. 여긴 바람과 민들레가 머무는 목가의 성, 자유의 도시 몬드야. 페보니우스 기사단의 비호를 받는 여행자여, 몬드성에 온 걸 환영해.
이제 밖에서 노숙하지 않아도 되겠다. 근데 성에 있는 사람들 보니까 다들 기운이 없어 보여.
최근 도시 전체가 풍마룡 때문에 고민이라 그래. 하지만 진단장만 있으면 뭐든지 해결할 수 있으니까 괜찮아.
Jean is the one you want the dandelion seeds.
진단장?
페보니우스 기사단의 단장 대행이자 몬드성의 수호자야. 진과 함께라면 풍마룡같이 무시무시한 적도 무찌를 수 있을 거야.
Okay, so it doesn't really matter what you pick. In fact, for most part, it doesn't really matter for what you pick. But there will be some tips I want to talk to you at the end of the video, so you guys can do on your own if you wish to do so.
아까 나를 도와 추추족 야영지를 제거한 것에 대한 보답이야.
나는 왜 나한테는 선물 안 주는 거야?
그건 작은 페이모는 사용할 수 없는 물건이라 그래. 대신 저녁에 몬드의 전통 요리인 허니 캐럿 그릴을 대접할게.
허니 캐럿 그릴!
이제 날 따라와. 높은 곳으로 가야 해.
We always need to get the high ground, you know? And okay, so now we can look at quest menus. And there are a lot of quests in this game. And it would be in your best interest to actually complete them. Something tells me that I did not speak to the cook after I finished cooking, so I might turn back and do that really quickly. What do they want me to do? Yes, I know. Okay. Let's turn back. Not because you are in a quest means that you need to do it right away, and if there is something better to show or something that you missed, you can easily just go back. You can do any quest at your own pace, at your own mapping. Just make sure to do them if you want to collect all the rewards that are possible. So let's go back to Lynn. Is it done? It smells so good. Let me try. Num num num. And that is very tasty. Yeah, this is one of the things I said. Like, you should be able to find lots of ingredients when exploring the wilderness. Don't forget to look carefully. There's also a restaurant in Moonset known as Good Hunter that sells food and ingredients. Go have a look when you've got the time. Okay, so now that we do that, we completed and we got more ingredients to cook, which most likely I'm going to take the time to cook off screen. and just so I could be prepared for anything every time that we go into our own adventures. So let's go back into the city and let's go into the high ground. I'll explain all of those icons that you see in the map as soon as I finish with a couple of extra missions or when we need to use them. That way we don't spend a lot of time standing in one place and just
여긴 평소에는
explaining
엄청
different mechanics.
떠들썩한데 최근 풍마룡 때문에 외부의 상인들과 여행객들의 발이 거의 끊겼어. 저기 구석에 있는 술집만 아무런 영향이 없어. 아니다, 이전보다 장사가 더 잘 된다고 해야 하나?
Yeah, we have more elemental reactions. That's good. So you see the statue over there? That is where we are going to be headed. Don't get too used to that place, because if you're anything like me, you will climb that area a bunch of times just to look at the view. You could spend a lot of time just doing that. But for now, let's just go into the quest area. Ooh, can I show this now? Wait. No, I cannot. Forget I said anything. But let's go into more cutscenes!
자, 아까 말한 선물은 바로 바람의 날개. 정찰 기사들은 이걸 이용해 공중에서 이동해. 몬드의 시민들도 즐겨 사용하지. 한시라도 빨리 좋은 점을 느껴보라고 널 여기로 불렀어.
참 강추하는 분위기인데?
바람은 몬드의 소울이니까. 이제 바람의 날개의 성능을 확인해봐. 사용법이 쉽긴 해도 반드시 내 지시를 따라야 해.
Okay. Yes, if you jump and press it again, depending on the altitude that you're in, you have, well, the ability to glide to places. And that could be very useful for exploring the map and just reach areas that you couldn't normally.
날씨가 왜...
바람의 날개로 하늘에서 이렇게 오래 버틸 수 있었나?
네가 추락하지 않도록 내가 천년의 바람을 빌려줬어. 자, 상상하는 거야. 넌 이 바람을 하나로 모아 먹구름을 뚫고 나갈 수 있어.
이 목소리는 누구지?
Okay, so very interesting is a lot of people say that this game took a lot of inspiration from Breath of the Wild, and that could be true to some degree. Like, it's an open world, there's a lot of things to do, a lot of quests, a lot to learn. But what most people don't mention is that this is Kid Icarus Uprising, right? I'm not the only one that can see this, right?
다치지 않았어?
드래곤에 대적할 수 있는 힘을 가지고 있다니 넌 우리의 친구일까? 아니면 새로운 폭풍일까?
I am a storm.
풍마룡이 결국 도시 내부를 공격하기 시작했어. 케이야, 여행자, 마침 잘 왔어. 어서 빨리.
잠시만 엠버, 일단 소개는 해줘야지.
아, 맞네. 여긴 케이야 선배, 우리 기병대 대장이야. 이 두 사람은 멀리서 온 여행자야.
멀리서 온 것만 아는 건가?
사건의 전말은
그렇군. 몬드성에 온 걸 환영해. 시기를 잘못 맞추긴 했지만 가족끼리 헤어진 고통을 나도 잘 알고 있어. 그리고 너희가 왜 바람의 신을 찾는지는 모르겠지만 사람들은 모두 자신만의 비밀이 있으니까 나 더 캐묻진 않을게. 어쨌든 기사단을 대표해서 감사 인사부터 하지.
So, where's my reward?
몬드의 전통 요리인 허니 캐럿 그릴?
I want money.
시민들 모두가 방금 전 풍마령과의 전투를 목격했어. 단장 대행이 너희들한테 관심이 있는 것 같아. 같이 기사단 본부로 한번 가줬으면 해.
Okay, don't get excited. At least from the point I am in right now, the dressing is mostly to change the paragliders that you utilize on your characters. I don't think you have the option to actually change their clothing. But with that, we have momentarily stopped Storm Rider. We are potentially in more capable hands, so we can probably survive a lot more. So I think this is the perfect time to stop the video and to potentially just go and enjoy the view. This is what I meant. Look at this. Okay, so we're gonna be stopping the video here. Actually, before I go, I want to mention a couple of things. The first one is that I do not intend on collecting every chest that there is to offer. What I do plan to collect is every item that will allow me to get better stamina. The gacha system has not appeared yet, but I believe that there will be some times in which I am going to do, I'm just going to collect as much Primogems as I can off screen or something and just collect them so I can make different videos of pools for them to see how bad my luck can truly be. And lastly, for the next episode, I think I am actually going to put the language in English. That way, for those who do not want to read, can just listen to the content that is happening in front of you. And that will be better for everybody. If you think that you prefer to hear it in Japanese, leave a comment below and I'll make sure to read it and, you know, make changes appropriately. If there is any questions or any doubts about the game, I will do my best to answer them. And if I don't, I will look it up or send you to someone who may be more capable of answering these questions better than I. And so is that. Without any further ado, this has been the Insecure Pixie, and we will see you in the next episode.